put it in proper perspective. Okay, if you go through the pathway that I think is the optimal way of learning, which is number one, if you're going to be trying to trade, you have to discount all the bullshit where people say you can't time the market, because we can, other traders do, and you have to predict price. You're not reacting to price, you're predicting it. So anything apart from those central tenets is bullshit. As long as you don't waste any time outside of those pillars of thought about trading, if you're an opponent to anything I just said there, you're fucking doomed. Okay, you're not gonna be good at this, and you're gonna be a one-hit wonder, and you're never gonna have long-term consistency. I guarantee you that will be the outcome. But assuming that you can align your mentality with that, the first goal is for you to identify where the market's going to draw to. If you can determine where the market is most likely, not all the time, most likely where it's going to reach for, that's the largest portion of the battle. Like that's the thing that makes this so impossible for the new students or a new trader. Because you're looking at whatever time frame you're looking at, and you're trying to find a pattern or an indicator indicating something, instead of understanding where price is trying to travel to. It's trying to go up or it's trying to go down. And if you can get that correct more times than not, what have you done? You have arrived at a bias. And here's the thing that you need to understand. There may be times where that bias is not obvious. What do you do in those circumstances? Nothing. You wait. You simply wait. What are you waiting for? For the period of time when it is obvious to you what it's trying to reach for. And as soon as you identify it, and you know what it's likely to draw for, higher or lower, a specific level, not a zone, then you determine where you're at right now. Is it time that we expect volatility to increase? Are we in a specific time of day that is conducive for a sustained price run? Or are we in Asia where it's likely to sit around and do nothing? But ICT, I got 6 examples right here where Asia, I know that, but predominantly, you know that between 9:30 and 11 o'clock, there's a strong tendency for the market to want to do what? Move. And then have a retracement during the lunch hour. And that retracement may set up another leg higher or lower, whatever the morning session did, or a reverse. Those are all amplified topics that you want to tackle later on. But in the beginning, you just want to know where the market's likely to go to. If you do that, you're on your first steps to avoiding failure. Because everybody that doesn't know where the market's likely to go, they're failing. They're missing the point. The plot escapes them. They have no idea. So if you start there, and I have lessons, all my lessons teach that. There's a video that says, draw on liquidity. Because all of my discussions, every example, every lecture is always talking about that. It's always giving you a little bit more insight about each and every aspect that is required for you to get good at that. And here's the missing recipe ingredient to that. Time. Time doing it. Experience is going to be your best mentor. That's why I tell everybody, sit down with me for at least a year. And you'll know if you have it in you. But you're going to learn a whole lot of things that I can't sit down and say, you're going to learn this, you're going to learn that. You'll know what resonated with you. But if you understand that skill set and you get good at where the market's likely to go to, the next thing you need to understand is risk management. But ICT, I need an entry. No, you don't. Because you literally can buy or sell any fucking wares. Don't think so? Test me out in August. August is the shittiest month of the summer. It's big money goes away. There are moves in August. I'm not saying it can be in volatility, but generally, symmetry, precision elements gets a little bit muddy in August. I'll show examples of it being there, but you collectively as a community should think, okay, August, if you're going to do any kind of vacations, it should be the month of August. And feel confident that being away from the month of August isn't going to hurt you. Now, if you have that skill set of knowing, or if you're going to borrow mine when I point to certain things where I think the market likely to go to. Use a micro lot, one, not a mini, not multiple ones, not 15 because your funded account says you can do it. Trade with one micro lot, one micro contract, and just literally, as soon as you identify the draw, determine how far it can go against you before that idea would be null and void for that session. And wherever that is, it might be 30 handles. It might be 45 handles in the NASDAQ. Use one micro contract. That's it, one. And get in there and trade with it right there in a demo, not with your live account, and put the stop loss at where you think it would fail in that idea. And you put a limit order at the draw. You're going to find huge consistency doing that. But I'm not making a lot of money. Right. Because in the beginning, it's not about making money. It's about you conquering your fear about doing it wrong. But you want to be right. And you want to make the most that you can make when you're right. But you don't want to lose anything. You've literally created this idea of trading in the realm of impossible. Because that doesn't exist. Nobody can do what you're thinking trading's all about. Nobody does that. I don't. I'm an inner circle trader. I don't fucking do that. There's an imaginary oasis that exists in the minds of traders when they first start doing this. They think that there is some way out there that they can always go in and get the biggest winning portion of the trade, and always have the smallest, tiniest little bit of risk and be 98% profitable. No. You want someone to tell you? I will. No, don't do that. Don't think that. Don't believe that. When you're first starting, where your focus is, what you should be believing is the most important thing is understanding where's the draw on liquidity. And work with that. Accept the facts that when you get it wrong, okay, what didn't you see in the chart? Go into your charts and really break it down. What was there that you didn't notice? And encourage yourself to say, you know what? This was a good opportunity for me to learn this about that. Not get mad and cuss at yourself or say, I'm never going to get this, because that's failing. You're on the pathway to failure doing that. Nobody gets to the winner's circle being toxic and judgmental about themselves and not see the silver lining in what it is that they're trying to learn. You have to cheerlead yourself. You have to be your biggest cheerleader. And that happens with a journal. A journal never encapsulates. It never gives room for that. Be safe.